for that to prepare meter, the power holding companies cannot come to your place and start giving you arbitrary billing at a go. You must be given a fair, a fair billing price tag. So you cannot just be using the same price tag you are using for the company at Victoria Island, and then you come and use the same for me that I'm using. You come and use the same billing technique for me somewhere on the mainland. More so that if you look at how the prepaid meter operates, you will see that the billing technique for somebody who is using his property for commercial is different from somebody who is using his for private. The commercial pays more. I can buy a power supply, a token or a unit of 1.5 or 3,000 thereabouts for a commercial, and then I have about 28.2 units or something thereabout, for example, and then somebody goes and buy that same amount for a private building. You will see that the private will be higher than somebody who is using it for commercial, because there's this notion, there's this orientation that there's more money in where it's an office atmosphere. But whereas that's not the case. That's not the case. At least the office closes at night. They're not using power supply all through. Even that period, the power supply they can take is well regulated. But that period that the house is operating, both day and night. So there are certain other rights that this body have put on board. So, but you must know your right first. Your right to fair hearing, your right to complain, you must go through the proper route, your right to proper billing. You must also know that it's not your duty, let me say it today now, that it's not your duty to pay for transformers. And all those tips you are giving them to come and connect your lights. Be informed today, because this is when you are informed that you are informed per se, and then you can stand and say firm. This is the time for us to get it right. It is not your duty to tip them. Don't encourage them. The system is bad. You need power supply. But this is a time for us to come and demand for good commercial relationship. You have paid for service. Why is it that that service is not properly rendered? And Nigerians are silent about this. The government is silent about it. It's not done all over the world. It's unacceptable. And we are getting there.
There you have it. I mean, the fact that we're paying so much for so little is a serious conversation for us this evening, or as regards electricity consumption in Nigeria. It is Mainland 98.3 FM. This is the Situation Room. I see the phone line buzzing so heavily. Yes, I guess we can take a few calls now before 5 o'clock, where we have to go on a commercial break and also take the headline news. So the two stories we're looking at this evening, just in case you're just joining, we first looked at repeated cases of stampede as regards palliative sharing across Nigeria. The fact that people are losing their lives and people are getting injured as regards palliative. So do you agree, or do you think that this palliative initiative is a wasteful venture that is not sustainable? Or do you agree with, or do you think that it's a necessary measure, or it's a necessary project that needs to be taken as a short-term stopgap as regards, the economic hardships that comes with government policy, some of the government policies, let's put it that way. So let's have a conversation about that. And the second is electricity. I mean, do you mind to pay more? I think I'll just put it that way. Let me phrase it that way. Do you mind paying more as long as, power is available? Or do you think that the NERC just needs to step up its game as regards, checkmating our discos, checkmating our GENCOs, checkmating the TCN? What do you think? Do you think that, as long as they make the power available, as long as the light is there, I don't mind paying any amount, I would pay it? Or do you think that, no, they should regulate this thing, and this thing should just make sense? All right, let's have a conversation about that, around that. So the number to call is 0913 6000 410, 0913 6000 410. And of course, don't forget that we are still live on Facebook at Mainland 98.3 FM. So you can still drop your contributions on Facebook and YouTube platforms. Please do well to also like, follow, share, subscribe on our platforms. Would really appreciate that to encourage us here. Now let's take our first call for the evening. Hello, good evening.
Sandra.
Good evening.
Hey, my name is Ambrose.
Oh, good evening, Pastor Ambrose.
I've been listening to your guests with rapt attention.
Okay.
Good evening, Pastor.
Yes, good evening, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Barrister, you are talking as a Nigerian that is concerned. But most of the things you are saying are not realistic. For example, I live in 괰괜ᴜ. We bought our transformer, we bought our pole, we bought the wire, and NEPA say we should sign that the property belongs to them. And they don't even give us light. They give us light once in a week. And that once in a week, maybe 3-4 hours. We have a situation where when there is no light, we have to suffer to get water. There is no water to drink because most of us here we use boreholes. The question I'm asking is this: in this country called Nigeria.
Hello, Pastor Ambrose.
All these things that you are saying, even in the community, if you tell them that these things we should not allow them, they will tell you, are you not in Nigeria? And that's the problem. And people like us who insist that this should be done normally, we are seen as abnormal people. This issue that you are talking about now is really, really affecting us here. I'm telling you the truth. Most times you see people suffering. It's just God. And you wake up by 7 a.m., everywhere is hot. Very hot.
All right.
And when you go then, the gen cannot spend more than 2 or 3 hours, you put it off. So, Barrister, what you are saying is normal. But we don't have leaders who can think normally. They think abnormally. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. It's okay, Pastor Ambrose. 0913-6,410. We always try to encourage let's try to keep things clean as regards what we want to say on radio. It's been going so well up until that very last one. But then 0913-6,410. We'll take some Facebook messages. But hello, good evening.
Hello,
Good evening.
my name is WG from Mr.
All right, Mr. Olarinwaju, please go ahead.
Mr. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, yeah, sir. And I've been Pastor Ambrose, the first caller. See, now is that I just understand about this country. You are suffering.
We can barely hear you, Mr. Olarinwaju. Your environment is quite noisy. Yes, I would appreciate that. Maybe you should call back so we can hear you clearly, because that's the point of communication. Hello.
Good afternoon. My name is Sadiq calling from Shomolu.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Sadiq. Please go ahead.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. I want to talk about palliatives, the first section of the program.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, you said palliative is like a waste of money. Can you hear me?
Yeah, with you. Carry on.
With you. Go on.
Oh, okay. But even in the Western countries like the US, the UK, like in the UK, they have the soup fishing, the food bank, you understand? And in the US too, the United States Department of Agriculture with some groups also have their own palliatives where they help the low-income citizens or poor citizens. So to me, I don't think the palliative, which is ruled out to the citizens for the short time relief for us here is like a waste of money.
Okay.
You understand me? What I think you should advise the government on is the proper way of distributing the palliatives, like using the NIN. If you have your NIN registered, let them text you to come and get your palliative at a station place.
All right. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Yes.
It's fine.
We get your contribution. I think we already went around that, but Pastor Atta mentioned that even if the government insists that let's roll out palliatives, but I mean there are ways that we can go about it in order for us to avoid all of this, or more importantly, in order for us not to become a palliative dependent society where everybody just sits back and say government will soon share rice, let's wait, and then before you know it, people will just make people very lackadaisical, or should we say lazy, or laid back, lack of better words. All right, it is still Mainland 98.3 FM. We'll take a very short break now. We'll take some commercials, we'll take the headline news, and then we will be back. And it's full throttle as regards taking phone calls and reading out the messages that we have on our Facebook platform. So stay with us, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Mainland 9. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM.
News on 98.3 Mainland FM. President Tinubu approves FCT's 1.1 trillion naira 2024 statutory budget. First Lady says early detection of autism will aid better development. From prison to presidency, Bassirou Faye sworn in as Senegal's youngest president. Business, Ivory Coast raises official cocoa farm gate price by 50%. On the foreign scene, 1 child dead, 2 injured in Finland school shooting. UK and US forged historic agreement to advance AI testing and evaluation. And in sports, popular referee slams embarrassing decision to cancel Rafinha's goal against Las Palmas. That's the headline news on Mainland FM. Details at 5:30.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
Are you a real estate developer in Lagos? Do you want to see the business of real estate development done to global best practices? Are you eager for a more cordial relationship between real estate developers and government in Lagos? Do you want a boom in the Lagos real estate sector? Then vote Dr. 𝐶 as Chairman, Real Estate Developers Association of Nigeria, REDAN, Lagos State Chapter.
A vote for me is a vote for continuity, for unity, and for progress of REDAN Lagos. I'll be counting on your votes. We can do this together. Thank you.
Are you seeking admission into a tertiary institution in Nigeria? Here is a big opportunity for you. The 2022-2023 admission into 𝐴𝐾 Polytechnic is now open. Available courses are Computer Science, Theatre and Media Arts, Mass Communication, Science Laboratory Technology, Electronics Engineering, Accounting, Banking Operations, Business Administration, Multimedia Technology. Qualified students should have scored 100 and above in the last JAMB exam. Facilities at 𝐴𝐾 Polytechnic includes well-equipped studio and laboratories, modern classrooms, innovative workshop, recreation space, and fully functional hostels. Our lecturers and tutors combine both academic and industry experience. Full-time and part-time admission forms are available for the 2022-2023 academic session at the campus 𝐴𝐾 Polytechnic, Plot 100, Alhaji Onilewura Street, Ikoto Egbe, Lagos State. 𝐴𝐾 Polytechnic is approved by JAMB, NBTE, and the Federal Ministry of Education. For more information, please call Moses 091-6254-0610, Wale 091-6292-7079, Praise 091-6254-0610. 699996. Adelawa 08126580784, or visit our website www.ecocity.edu.ng. Eco City Polytechnic, building industry ready professional.
It's Ramadan. Come on board. Let's go on a tour to the top restaurants where you can enjoy the best of the season. First stop is Charity Cafe. Here, the currency is sharing, so keep giving. Next stop is Kindness Bistro. Be the kindest you can be. Last but not the least, make a stop by at Forgiveness Drive-Thru and let go of every beef. And at Sahur and Iftar, bring it home with the goodness of great tasting meals with more. This Ramadan, don't just eat for good. Share the good and be the good. More. Eat for good.
Hello everyone, Jendol Superstores is here again.
Yes, that's why we are identifying with you, our valued customers, at this moment of purity, love, sacrifice and dedication to God.
As part of identifying with you, our valued customers, in a season of faith, supplication and sharing, Jendol Superstores will be offering you up to 50% discount for some products across all sections in all our superstores nationwide.
This is fantastic.
Yes, so for all your groceries and non-grocery items, household needs, food items at the most affordable rates, bakery items, electronic gadgets, religious materials, and wonderful gift items for your friends, families, loved ones, religious and corporate organizations, Jendol Superstores is the best place to shop at this period.
So what are you waiting for? Hurry now. Shop at Jendol Superstores today.
Offer valid while stock lasts.
Visit Jendol Superstores nearest to you in Egbeda, Idimu, Igondo, Okeafa by Jakonde Gate, and Ipaja by Abeson. We are also at Abulegba, Alakuko, Odogiyo in Ikorodu, another branch along Tᴏɪᴛᴛ Road, Ikorodu, and in Ojuore, Ota, Ogun State. For more unbeatable shopping experience,
Jendol opens Mondays to Saturdays 8 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. and on Sundays 9 a.m. to 9:30 p.m.
For more details, visit our website at www.jendolsuperstores.com.
Broadcasts are journalism and multimedia technology for admission in the 2023-2024 session. If you scored 100 and above in the 2023-2024 UTME, together with 5 relevant credits, but have not gained admission, you can change over to the Broadcast Art Institute, Lagos, for National Diploma in Broadcast Journalism and Multimedia Technology. The Broadcast Art Institute is accredited by the National Board for Technical Education, NBTE, to offer national diploma programs in broadcast journalism and multimedia technology. You can visit our campus at number 38 Odofi Street, Igbogbo, Ikorodu, Lagos, or call the following numbers: 0806 149 9992 or 0703 713 1166 or 0816 587 1415.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Thank you for staying with us. It is still Mainland 98.3 FM. The Situation Room continues, and the conversation today is around palliative sharing. We've had quite an interesting conversation so far with our guest here in the studio, Barrister Adam Atta. And the first one, as regards palliative sharing, is what do you think of palliative sharing, especially coming on the heels of repeated cases of stampede in palliative sharing across Nigeria? People would just hear that there's palliative in one warehouse, they go and they boggle it, or when palliatives are being shared and you see people, climbing on top of each other trying to get access to this thing. So do you think it's a wasteful venture? Do you think it's unsustainable? Or do you think that it's a necessary short-term measure that needs to follow up, all of these policies that are coming out from the government that is bringing untold hardship on the people? What are your thoughts? Let's have a conversation. The second, of course, is as regards your rights as an electricity consumer in Nigeria. Would you rather pay for anything? They say you should pay for transformer, they say you should pay for light, they say you should pay for wire. would you rather pay any amount for this thing, for this service, and have it, rather than this blackout that we keep having and people are just paying? So people are just paying for darkness. All right, so let's have a conversation about those. Are the two stories that we're looking at this evening. It's 9 minutes past 5. The number to call is 0913 6000 410. 0913 6000 410. Hello.
Yes, is it not in the pit? Okay, that is one. Then do they have any what I can also do that now and then?
Right from the beginning of when we try to look, for example, the definition. Look at what
Easter period is around the corner. You are giving palliative. I'm even surprised at the mosques and the church. They are taking that clue from the government now, which is not good. They are aware that people have hardship. They on the handcuff. What are those people going to feed on? Family of how many in them?
The politicians have failed, and I think this is Benjamin blessed. Available for politicians to share. Nigeria, when customs were selling rice at tension, how long can palliative of quarter or bag of rice last? What a shame. Leaders to loot the treasury, especially electricity. I think should partner through the 𝐴𝐴 0.3 FM. We're also live. Your name, sir? Your name, sir?
Introduced by history. We at war, 50 billion naira for just palliative empower SME and so supply them. Yeah, it's me correctly. I'm here on the as a year. When you look at it, you see that Nigeria is not going forward, then the water will melt, but remain the highest grade. Now somebody is talking about 2020.
Then
benefit from. Like 6 months.
Hello, till about 5:30.
My name is Chifu Gochuko. My dear sister, shoot off from 180, 185 to 500 and 600 and spending things will not buses down, hotels. Whatever, as we are waiting. No, that is the way I see it.
Those are complementary services.
People don't have food. We go to something to the transport rate.
To that, Prince Wise.
Very well. Because now, and the limit again, it's really to the police. Okay, tell it to only competent people who are not looking for the same with apartment